You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, Tuesday morning, July 12th, 2022. How the hell are you this early in the morning? That is right. We are live. And we are going to check out the James Webb telescope images officially. Here it is. It's starting. Let me get over there real quick. Oh, hurry, Richie! We're getting over there. The link's in the description if you want to check it out live or just watch it here. There we go. Oh, it's 45 minutes.
If we crave some cosmic purpose, then let us find ourselves a worthy goal.
Damn! What's up? That is correct, kids. It is now time to look beyond. And I've got questions.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We are live, and this is it. Today is the day we have all been waiting for. So let's get excited. I think you all could do a little better than that. Let me hear you again.
Yay!
There you go.
No, I'm just kidding.
We are less than an hour away from the moment we have been working toward for 2 decades, the reveal of the first science images from the James Webb Space Telescope. Now that's worthy of another round of applause.
Can you imagine if Kamala Harris was hosting this? I can't believe Biden is going to be doing this.
For the past 6 months, the Webb team worked tirelessly to get the telescope ready for this very moment. In those 6 months, the team unfurled Webb's giant sun shield, deployed and perfectly aligned its gold-coated mirrors, and cooled the instruments to their near absolute zero operating temperatures. And can you believe all of that was done while navigating the telescope to its ideal position 1 million miles away from Earth? Come on, guys. That's
not impressed. We want to see UFOs. Come on.
To everyone in this room, staff.
Hey, I got to ask something. Is this recorded? Because they look like they're all dressed up for the night.
Welcome and thank you. It may have taken us more than 20 years to get here, but after you see these images, you'll know that all that time and hard work was well worth it. Congratulations.
Oh, let me get to the live broadcast.
And all the way through lunch. Dennis, come on up.
Oh, that's better. What do you say, old timer?
Wow. Good morning, everybody.
Is that Story Musgrave? No.
What do you think about the cheerleaders coming into the building?
Oh, it's
oh my goodness! Thank you all.
Andrick.
That was just absolutely awesome. You know, before I get into some of the prepared remarks, I just want to mention.
All right. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming here. It's just an impromptu show. I thought about doing it last night. I was making a game time decision, and I decided about 20 minutes ago I'm going to go live. I thought this was starting to show images at 10, but now we've got 40 minutes to wait. And, you know, what am I prepared to do? Nothing. Just watch this. That's all I planned on. And
it looks so much worse than it is in reality.
I didn't realize there was going to be a 45-minute, what do they call it? Is it a preamble? You know, I don't know. But yeah, I'll welcome some people while we're here, while NASA's just playing, you know, catch up for now. I guess they woke up Biden about an hour ago. It takes an hour to get fully dressed, and they're in the middle of doing. I heard they just got the first. Is that right? The first shoe has been put on Biden right now. Second shoe's going on now. So we'll keep an update on Biden's preparedness for this and how he is going to announce these photos. What we got here, you can see some stars. And they've got a lot of stars. And he's going to get real close and whisper. Is he going to do one of the whisper routines? I hope not. Samantha Morris is here. Welcome, Samantha Morris. The cat with your cat. That is absolutely the best thing I've seen all year. That is beautiful. Thank you. Welcome to this show. Rhonda Ray's here. What's up, 2R? Nice to meet you. See ya. Tic-tac-toe. Hope it's not the new Webb telescope pictures. Watched it earlier. It's CGI and Biden and Harris are too... You mean they already did this? That's what I thought. So it can't be. I don't think this... this looks like something that was done. But they're saying it's live. This is actually live. This isn't... Here, it even says it. Right? Comments are turned off. That's weird. Look at the... why is my imaging... Yeah, I'm at 100%. Yeah, let's go a little bigger. That's weird. 125% is usually where it looks like. That is weird. Everything got shrunken down on this channel. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It's small on this channel. That's what she said. Shut up. Yeah, I guess that's now I'm at the normal image. That's scary. Yeah, it didn't look normal. All that writing was like really tiny. Anyway, it's supposed to be Tic Tac, but this is live. These are different than those pictures. What's up, White Motel? First time? Good deal, man. I recognized you by your picture there. Yep, I know that hair. What's up, Will Kai? Welcome to the show. I love that picture, dude. You're crazy. Crazy cool. That's funny. I love it. It's a good picture of you. This guy's still going on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to say, never mind. Yeah, that was good. They gave that guy 4 minutes. What's up, Cricket Lulu? I know that alien. What's up, Hellfire Studios? By the way, Cricket, welcome to the show. Hellfire Studios is here. Welcome to the show. Brian, what's up, B? How you doing, man? Welcome. Brian L's here. What's up? Peace to you, brother. Welcome to the show, V-Dog. Welcome to the show, Brian L. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to say V-Dog. But V-Dog 55 here. Kind of big deal? It's a big deal, right? I think it is. Murder Hornet returns here. Welcome to the show. Chad Benson. What's up, CB? Hexzen. Welcome to the show. Some newbies here. Joker 37. How you doing, man? Welcome to GUFON. GUFON is Giordano's UFO network. Oh, here's Bill Johnson's Big Apple. Here we go.
I mean, they were like kids.
This guy
and they
scares me.
ask just a million questions about.
He looks like a TV evangelist. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm not the only one saying it. Amanda Harris is here. Nice picture. The Urban Way. Oh, by the way, Amanda, welcome to this show. What's up, The Urban Way? The Gorilla Gamer, Josh 420. What's up, guys? How you doing? Joker 37, Josh. Hey, the Josh and Artemis show. Artie in the house. What's up, Artemis? All right, let's turn this up and see what Bill Johnson's Big Apple has to say.
A lot of things. And this is all because of you.
Me?
It's all because of that team that is out there.
You?
That over decades, this project has come to fruition.
Tell you, it's time.
It tells us something
I gotta
about
wake and bake. I just woke up a little
NASA's
bit ago.
unmatched ingenuity, where we make the impossible possible.
Do it on camera.
And it's not going to stop, because this telescope's going to keep, like the Energizer Bunny, because of the Ariane rocket putting it on a perfect course. And so it's got fuel for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And if that were not enough, this fall, we're going to launch the largest rocket ever, and we're going back to the moon in preparation, and we're going to Mars.
Let's not forget, I was supposed to go to that. Remember? The Artemis launch? Still going. But now it's going to be in the fall. They delayed it. Yeah. Not that I didn't go. They haven't gone. And we have full access. We're going to be at the control center behind closed doors. It's going to be amazing what we're going to do when we get down there.
Scientist here at Goddard who got the Nobel Prize, Dr. Mather, he determined.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
He determined that the universe was 13.8 billion years. Okay, this telescope, the images you're going to see today, exceed looking back 13 billion years. And then we will look back to as far as 13.5 billion years. Think about that. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. And that light has been traveling for 13.5 billion years.
No.
Only about a few 100 million years after the beginning. That's the threshold that we are crossing. And it's an example of what NASA can achieve. But we don't do it alone. We do it with industry. We do it internationally.
First of all, I'm a little confused. All right? The Hubble was able to look back 13.8 billion years, right? I was told that the James Webb telescope will be able to see 50% further than that, which should mean, if you just round it to 14 billion years, 7.5 billion years further into the past. So shouldn't we be seeing 21 billion years into the past? So I guess not. I guess this is as far as light has been seen, 13.8 billion years. So they think that's when everything started. So that's the confusion. Now we're going to see 50% further than we've ever have, clearly, and in high def. I know I don't know who said it, but a lot of people are saying all these images are CGI and all this stuff. It's data that's coming back, but they know what they're doing. Yeah, I guess they could ultimately put anything they want, any images they want us to see. But apparently one of these images will have 10 or 12 universes. So you know what our universe looks like, right? So imagine 10 of them in almost a perfect circle with a bright light or star in the center of all those 12. It looks like a clock. It's not a perfect circle, but from what I was told, it's pretty close. But that's a weird image, that they're all in a circle with one big thing in the middle. Yeah, I can't wait to see that image if it exists.
To share messages from our international partners.
Thank you so much, Minister.
30 minutes, 28 and a half. All right.
The mission would not
Les.
be as successful as it is today without the teamwork and contributions from our mission partners, the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency. We are pleased to share with you a special video message from ESA's Director General, Dr. Joseph Aschbacher, and their Director of Science, Gunther Hazinga.
Caffeine stew. Oh, I need to get some coffee. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to go do that.
Opportunity which we have here, and we are so excited, both Günther and myself, on this first data release. It will really change the understanding of our universe. But before I hand over to Günther, just one word. This is also a symbol of international cooperation. The partnership with NASA is outstanding. It's really exciting, but really fantastic, and also with CSA, the Canadian Space Agency, and this is more than science, it's also a symbol of international partnership. But Günther, a bit more about the James Webb Space Telescope, what this means.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Yeah, this is the day that we have all been waiting for so long, and now it's happening. You know, James Webb is a fantastic machine, and its infrared eyes are 3 times sharper than the Hubble Space Telescope, and they're 100 times more sensitive. So with these infrared eyes, you can peer into dark, obscured regions in our universe. You can look at the very first phases of the universe after the Big Bang. You can look at planets in our own solar system and around other stars. And it is indeed a once-in-a-lifetime chance, almost like the moon landing for astronomy. And it will actually feed many, many careers. It has already shaped a whole new generation of scientists, and this will continue. It's a masterpiece for international cooperation, as Joseph had said. We are working with NASA and the Canadian Space Agency, and this is actually in tradition to Hubble, to Cassini-Huygens, where NASA is leading and ESA is partnering. But we are also opposite, having missions where ESA is leading and NASA is partnering, like for instance, Bepi Colombo, JUICE, the Euclid spacecraft, and so on. So ESA, the science program, is actually enabling the European scientists to lead in a number of discrete fields, and one of the important fields is, for instance, astrometry with Gaia, where we are really having a leadership position. And now James Webb. James Webb will answer a lot of questions, even some questions which we do not even know about yet.
Talking of NASA and what we do here, I mean, of course, we have many contributions in the James Webb Space Telescope. We have instruments, 1.5 instruments that we are providing. We have a science team that is working with NASA and the other partners. But one event was very special, which was the launch of the James Webb on Christmas Day from Kourou on Ariane 5. And this was really a very important event for us. Not only is NASA entrusting this James Webb Space Telescope to us, of ESA, but also the insertion of the James Webb Space Telescope into orbit was so precise that scientists have a much longer lifetime of the James Webb Space Telescope, actually doubled the lifetime. And this is really fantastic, because this really shows also that our space transportation technology, in addition to the science technology, is just outstanding. And very proud and very happy about that.
So go Webb, go.
Go Webb, go.
I'm impressed that the James Webb Telescope still worked even after it got hit with the micrometeorite, right? Thank God.
Our next video is from the Canadian Space Agency, and this is from the President, Lisa Campbell.
Hello, everyone. Today marks a major milestone in the Webb Space Telescope mission, as we're about to witness Webb's unprecedented view of the universe. Webb promises to be the next giant leap in space astronomy. We're confident that the observatory will exceed expectations. Bold, important missions like this are only possible through strong international collaboration. This one-of-a-kind mission is a testament to what we can achieve when we work together, and Webb is truly a global effort. Congratulations to our partners, NASA and the European Space Agency. Thousands of brilliant minds around the world are behind the design, launch, and operation of this complex space telescope. The Canadian Space Agency is honored to be part of Webb. Canadian specialists across industry and academia united their efforts to provide our instruments. Canada's fine guidance sensor will keep Webb perfectly aligned during all of its observations. And the nearest instrument will observe the earliest galaxies and perform in-depth analysis of the most promising exoplanets. For the science community in Canada and across the world, having access to data collected by Webb will lead to unexpected discoveries. Webb will not only help us work out long-awaited answers to age-old questions, it will also inspire new, cutting-edge research that leads the way to our cosmic origins. Congratulations to all who made these imminent discoveries possible.
If it wasn't for years of steadfast congressional support, this extraordinary project wouldn't have been able to get off the ground. So it's fitting that we have representatives from Team Merlin joining us. And let me clarify, these gentlemen are not just representatives. They are friends of NASA Goddard. Please join me in welcoming Maryland's 5th Congressional District Majority Leader of the United States House of Representatives, Steny Hoyer, Senator Ben Cardin, Senator Chris Van Hollen, and the Representative Trone from Maryland's, David Trone from Maryland's 6th Congressional District.
Thank you very much, Michelle. It's good to be here with astronaut Nelson. So sorry you're sick, Andrew.
All of us are these the Muppets?
Hubble
those
was
old
at
guys
risk.
who sit in the balcony?
Goddard was
this
at
live?
risk. Webb was at risk. This day gives a new meaning.
I didn't know they were going to have the old man Muppets on here.
As the eye can see. The vision of the world is greater today than it was yesterday.
Ugh.
And it will redound to the benefit of all the peoples of this earth. What a wonderful day. I want all of you who have worked on this project to stand up. Stand up.
Thank you.
All right, you're using our time.
Oh, God, what a dick.
America thanks you. And the world community thanks you. Our time is short. Let me yield to the senior senator.
Hey, T-Bay Mufon, how
from
you
Maryland,
doing?
my dear friend Ben Cardin, who has fought so hard, along with Barbara
What's up, Mr.
Mikulski,
Galaxy Man
to make
57?
this day happen.
Tommy Boyle,
Thank you,
71. Tony Introvert. What's up, guys?
First, I'm very excited. This event is out of this world. How many times have I said that? I can really mean it this time. We are so proud of the role that Maryland has played. You heard Michelle mention all the different organizations,
got some big
and government
hands, doesn't
agencies, and institutions, and private. So many of them are located in Maryland. Stunny already
Look at those
acknowledged the
hands.
incredible
Those are like
workforce.
gorilla hands.
We
Man,
know
that
the
guy's
20th
got big
century will
hands.
be known for space exploration by Neil Armstrong's steps on the moon. The 21st century will be led
Typical NASA.
done by the James Webb telescope. This is an incredible moment. It's now back to the future, and we're going to be part of it.
Yeah, this guy feels like he's 20 again.
Well, it's great to be back here at Goddard, and thank all of you who have been part of this team. You know you've made it when you have your own cheerleading squad. As somebody who was briefly a physics major but bailed out after quantum mechanics, I want to thank all the scientists and the engineers and everybody who stuck with
It's that
to bring us
scientist
to this brilliant
comedy.
day. This is a great day for humanity, peering further back into time, deeper into our universe,
Scientists and their
answering
pocket
some
protector
questions
jokes.
that are fundamental to who we are and how we got here. Thank all of you from around the world, because this was an international endeavor. And while there were bumps along the way, once the launch happened, everything had to go perfectly. And it did because of all of you.
Yeah. Can you imagine if that thing did not launch correctly? I find that amazing. We always have the payloads that are successful if they've got something like a telescope in it, right? Those are usually successful launches. But sadly enough, 14 people did not have to die on the shuttle. Two explosions, right? Sad. Both of those could have been prevented. Actually, the one where they were up in space and they had the tiles missing already, I don't know if they would have survived re-entry. That was pretty messed up when they saw the damage, right? And they're like, we've got damage. I don't think we should come through the atmosphere right now. Let's try to fix it. Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. And the other one could have been avoided, but they were pressured to get the launch up because it was delayed. Remember the O-rings? They weren't fashioned correctly, and they didn't expand because it was so cold. Yeah.
We have a special message from Northrop Grumman CEO Kathy Warden.
Who?
On behalf of the entire Northrop Grumman team, congratulations to the space and science communities around the world on
Why is
what will
that
be
red
the
line
first
there?
of
Get that
many
out of there. I don't know why that's
exciting
there.
and
There it
truly historic Webb missions to come. These incredible
All right.
images, never before seen by humankind, carry us further than we've ever gone before, and we're just getting started. The extraordinary telescope
Very excited.
represents a new era in human discovery, and equally important.
Hey, Don, the images are real, but I understand what you're saying. They're not making things up. They're basing it off data that tells them what they're looking at, which sucks. I understand what you're saying. So what are we actually looking at? Don, you make such a very good point that I've heard echoed throughout the first 30 minutes we've been live here. And one that I've often questioned, why are we to believe that they got those images correct? You know what I mean? If they're showing us a spiral galaxy, then they paint it in the way they think it looks. Why don't I do it? Get an artist to do it. Somebody who has a better imagination. You can make this galaxy be anything you want. That's what Don Julio means. They're not real. I get it. I hate it too. But they are real, and I can't say anything. I'm just, you know what I'm doing? I'm having faith. I'm having faith, and I don't have much in NASA. But I don't see any reason for them to lie. But I can't wait to see what they come up with. Nonetheless, I had to stop for a second and say that. You know, because I get it. I'm with you on this. I don't like it, but it is historic. This is what we do. This is all we have. And maybe someday, somewhere, we'll figure it all out. But today, we're just having a good time seeing what they did with our billion-dollar mirror.
Go Webb.
Well, I'm glad I missed that. I'm glad we missed that.
All right, guys. We're only a few minutes
15
away
minutes
from
away.
seeing the first images.
And Biden is going to announce it. Oh, no.
I would be remiss if we didn't take an opportunity to let those that led the way have an opportunity to say a few things. We have the Webb Program Director, Greg Robinson, Northrop Grumman's Webb Program Manager, Scott Willoughby, and last but certainly not least, the Webb Project Manager, Bill Oakes.
By the way, thank you all for hanging out this morning. No matter how you look at it, it's still history.
So I didn't get the teleprompter, so
I'll
just wing it. So I will say, when I came up the stairs, by the time I got to the top, I wanted to throw off the jacket and run out to the 50-yard line. so thank you for that welcome. I don't know what I would have done when I got there. So who did not see that image yesterday? Well, as the old saying goes, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just hang around a little bit longer.
I
just want to do a couple of quick thank yous. You've heard from most of them. Thanks to the entire team, certainly the Goddard-led project team, Northrop.
While they're
Space
talking, I'm
Telescope
going to look
Sciences,
for
international partners.
something
also,
here.
I want to thank, I call it the ninth floor, the NASA administrator and his team, and the White House and Congress.
Tonight, when
all
we
of us
go
are part of
live,
this, and when I say team,
officially,
I mean
tonight show.
And we all had to be aligned to make
again, major lying from a known hoaxer. No, let me take it back. From a known liar named Steve Barone, who has a new sighting that he put up. And it looks fantastic, but we've got a lot of work to do tonight. So we're going to talk about the Las Vegas UFO sighting that he says he captured. And we all know he lives in between 3 military installations in that area, 2 airports, the big Vegas one and a small private one. He sees more training missions on rescue attempts from the fire department, the police department, working together in the middle of the night, saying that he's capturing UFOs, dropping off aliens. Yeah, he's really out there. He speeds up the video. He'll tell you, oh yeah, this is the object. I sped it up. And then later on, he'll show you the regular speed, at the end of the video. He's just a real big scammer. The guy's a liar. I have debunked almost everything. Some things, you throw enough shit up on the wall, something's going to stick. He may have something here that I can't explain yet, but it looks like a drone. I'll pull it up. Yeah, let's take a look real quick. Why not? While we're waiting. The signal comes in good, I noticed, during the day and on Sundays for YouTube streaming. It's weird how that happens. I guess there's less people doing it and having a live show. Here's the video. I'm going to bring it on over. This is so... Yeah, I mean, we don't need to stare at them talking for 20 minutes here. So we'll be back. We'll come back to that. I want to show you a sighting. I can't show it a lot because I'm going to fair use it. But usually he's pretty good about that. But this is his sighting that he says he captured.
Around very quickly without even being noticeable that it turned around and headed back in the same direction on the same path that it had started on.
Gee, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? So far, so bad. I mean, it's
there
weird.
was never a flashing or blinking light on this thing.
But
and right now you see
it
a
looks
little
like that looks like an airplane without blinking lights, which military do have, right? Military do have their aircraft that don't have any flashing lights, right? But this looks like a typical airplane without flashing lights. Maybe it's a drone.
If you look at that little dot on the left.
But you could see this is a tail. He's saying this is a dot not attached. That's the tail of the plane. I believe there's the red light. I don't know why they're not blinking, but you can see there's something there. Then I'm saying that's got to be a drone. But you can see right there that this doesn't look like it's attached, but you can see something going right to it. I don't know. I think it might be a drone.
So anyway,
or something.
I wasn't sure about this. I've been looking at this for a few days.
It also looks like a helicopter, 100% without flashing lights. Anybody want to take a guess? I know, right? Hellfire, right. One, but there's none. Yeah. This guy, the reason I don't trust this guy, because he's known for lying. So, like I said too, throw enough shit up against the wall, something's bound to stick. Is this something that's stuck? I don't know. But we'll talk about that later on tonight. I'm going to do a little more research, and I'm going to look at, because he flew that on the 6th, and he just put it up. Right? Didn't he just put it up? Yeah, the 11th, yesterday. Yeah, why take 5 days? You got something that great. Aren't you going to rush it out? Right? You're excited, not him. All right. Because he knows it's bullshit. All right, here we go.
We're going to take a quick break, but as you all at home can see the countdown clock, we're literally minutes away from the reveal. Are you all still excited?
No. No. Just get going.
It has been my...
Look at the teleprompter. You see it? Right there. Like,
absolute pleasure spending this
there?
time with you. We can't wait to share what humankind is capable of.
I'm sorry. I missed something. What'd they say?
Now, on the count of 3, I want you all to scream, "Go Webb." 1, 2, 3.
Go Webb yourself. No. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out here on GUFON for the James Webb something. Supposed live launch of pictures. Oh, this should be beautiful. All right, while they're doing that, also tonight, I want to talk about the current state of GUFON. The show may be going down to just 3 nights a week soon. I have to go get a job. The way the economy's been, donations haven't been like they used to. And it's tough to go every day and sit here and not knowing what tomorrow will bring. And I need some assurance, so I have to do that. And I am not going to kill myself. I'm just going to get a part-time job. But the show is probably not going to be every day at that point, which is fine. I think I'm doing too much anyway. Yeah. And after last night, yeah, things have got to change. Even though we're shadow banned, everybody is, not just me. Everybody in this field, with the exception of one show, I'm not going to say who, maybe 2, that don't seem to be shadow banned. When I looked at the analytics of this channel, it's just crazy. It's all over. There's upward trends, downward trends, flat trends, trends that just don't make sense. And right now we're at a point where things don't make sense. We still get about 150 live on a show, but we were near 200 just a few months ago, right? And almost 2,000 views for each video. We're at 1,800. Now we're down to 1,100 views a video and 140 people on average. It's weird. Everybody's feeling it. I don't understand it though. I thought there should be growth and not stalling. I don't know how channels, any channel, I don't care who you are, I don't know how you can't get subscribers every day. It doesn't make sense. And the only thing that does make sense is that YouTube is definitely not recommending our channels. My channel is recommended 11.8%. Third Phase of Moon, 6%. I used to be at 44% before March. It's weird. Just 2 months, 3 months time. It also, I didn't have any help with all the lies that were being posted and people going out off their rocker. I don't know how people believe in pure lies. It really amazes me. And nobody asked me anything. Nobody asked me a question. Not one of you nowhere have ever said, hey, I watched that on the Angry channel. Is this true? Is this true? Is that true? Nobody even cared to ask. Maybe because everybody knows it's bullshit. And maybe nobody wanted to have that conversation with me. But it would have been nice. It would have been nice if there was a little bit of conversation. I need to know. I don't know how to make the channel grow anymore. I just don't know. I'll have to go on Third Phase of Moon again, I guess. And that did help, I have to admit. But even the Third Phase of Moon, even that ran its course, you know? And what I mean by that is it wasn't like I was getting 20 or 30 new subscribers or extra views by going to Third Phase anymore. It kind of like tapped itself out because even they're shadow banned. They used to get 500 new subs a day, and now they're in the same boat as me and you. 0, 2, 10, 4, -10. Anyway, enough about that. And, you know, a lot of people are frustrated with this field, frustrated with what I've done. So I could understand people being upset. But we're about to get this started here in 3.5 minutes. James Webb Telescope. First full-color images and data from the James Webb Telescope. This is coming from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. And that is going to start here in about 3.5 minutes. You can see the clock in the top left corner. I'm your host, Rich Giordano for GUFON. We're taking the time today to take a look at the live broadcast of the James Webb Telescope photographs, images that really are supposed to be stunning. Now, we had a conversation here a few minutes ago about whether or not these are CGI. Are these real photos or images coming in from there? The data is real. I don't know how they do it. Who are they to determine what it looks like, right? Or am I wrong in thinking this? Do the images come in exactly the way they look with this telescope? Or is there data coming in and they paint it in? Well, with 2.5 minutes left, I'm going to get back on the live broadcast. Any questions or any concerns, type it in all bold. I'm by myself this morning because of the impromptu show, so I don't have Coral here to help me. But they're playing music, so. But if you want to come back tonight, we're going to talk about some other stuff. It'll be a good show. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I was supposed to be at the beach right now, and I chose to do this. What is wrong with me? Why don't I go to the beach and relax? I haven't been there in 6 weeks. I need a tan. What is wrong with this? I'm fucking itchy. Why do I have this this look on my face? Like really, you see that? I don't like it. It looks like I have what do you call it? Makeup. I do. All right, minute and a half to go. Don't forget, my teeth seem a little loose. I know, no, my teeth staying pretty good. I got the clamps now. No glue. No glue. That's right, Crystal Ovni. No glue here. Why do people think it's embarrassing for me to have... Do you know what happened? Do you know why that happened? Yeah, you and your woke left... your leftist friends over there who don't understand how life works, Crystal. Look at this. Like, that's gonna hurt my feeling. Oh my god. Oh my god. They talked about my teeth. Oh. I talked about my teeth on the show. They are beautiful, I have to admit. They're real. I love people. All right, 20 seconds. I'm excited a little bit. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I wish I was. Right now, I should be on the beach staring at the waves. How many? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8. Hey, gonna have to get a gum job. Instead of a blow job, a gum job. I give gum jobs.
This is it. This is the day we get the first science images back from the James Webb Space Telescope. And you've got a front row seat.
Let's go
to the
live.
compass.
I'm sorry.
Light from the earliest days of the universe has been traveling to us for billions of years. Just over the last few weeks, we've captured some of that light with a telescope that sees the universe in an entirely new way. And today we share the very first results. So longtime space fans are going to know who this is. This is Dr. John Mather. He's the senior project scientist for the Webb telescope and a Nobel Prize winner. And John, I couldn't be happier to be here with you today.
Thank you. It's a thrill to be here for this very special day.
How are you feeling?
I am thrilled and I'm relieved because you know when you start something this big, you know there's always a possibility it might not work. It did work. We are so proud.
And you've been on this project for a very long time, right?
Yeah, started in 1995. We had just finished measuring the Big Bang. We measured it with the Cosmic Background Explorer satellite that we built right here at Goddard. And we measured the spectrum. We measured there are hot and cold spots in the Big Bang. So we said, now we know it all, how it all got started. But then what happened after that? So then I got a call from NASA headquarters. Would I like to work on this new telescope that's going to help answer those questions? What happened after the Big Bang? How did the galaxies grow? How did the first black holes grow? What happened all the way from there to here? So this is our time machine, and I just wanted to be part of it. I am so thrilled that we got a chance to do it.
One of the things that I remember you saying, and this is kind of amazing, that after you win the Nobel Prize, you thought that this mission was the most important thing to work on.
Absolutely. It's the next question. After you know how it started, what happened then? And you know, suddenly we now have the technology to do it. We didn't have 50 years ago. Didn't have the technology 25 years ago, even when we started this. We had to invent things along the way, so we did that, and here it is.
Well, thank you. We'll be back to you in just a moment. So at the moment, we're going to talk about the way that Webb is a completely new way to explore the universe. So today, the mission releases its first science images and gives wings to the dreams of so many people who worked so hard for so long to make this possible. For everyone on Earth, this is your telescope. This is the largest, most powerful observatory ever put into space. It's the product of thousands
Just
of people
show the
working for more than
pictures!
2 decades. This is a mission that's singularly
God, we
focused on
know!
the biggest questions in science. So the following phrase is often used too easily, but today
See, this
actually
is why
does
I didn't
mark
want
the
to
dawn
do
of
it.
a new era. Today, the Webb mission is open for scientific business, and this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. So, John, one of the things you told me about is that you really want to make sure there are some people that get thanked, people that put a huge amount of effort into this.
Absolutely. Our current project manager, Bill Oakes.
You already
took the
did
project
this.
from a time of
That was
trouble,
the 45-minute
to
preamble.
know how we were going to get this to work, and got it all the way to the end. Here it is. It is working, and it's because of Bill made this worldwide team, 20,000 people around the world, were involved in making this thing all work, and Bill has been there every day, making sure that it would happen. So other special person is Senator Barbara Mikulski. She saved our telescope, and she saved the telescope before us. She made sure after the Hubble telescope was launched and it was not in focus that we would go up and fix it. She made sure that happened. When the Webb telescope needed more resources, she made sure we could get.
Ben Yorkshire, UK. Wait, let me start that over. Ben Yorkshire, GUFOnian UK, with a £1, £1, $1 super dono. I can't believe it's a super dono. That means no sticker, no comment. It's pure love, and it's the first one of the day. But they're about to show images. Until then, this is for the first super chat, probably the last. Thank you, Ben Yorkshire, GUFOnian UK, for the £1, £1, $1 super dono. And gosh, all over Bill Nelson's Big Apple. NASA, need another 7. Huh? Thanks, Ben. Here we go.
I see Katie in the background there. I see the waving too. And so naturally, we're also going to be visiting the nerve center of this mission, the Space Telescope Science Institute on the campus of Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland.
Look at her
And
tattoo.
there we have Alex Lockwood
See it?
and Carl Gordon, and they're going to give us updates and more. Good morning.
Hey.
Great. So we'll be back with our international
She's
partners
like,
shortly,
great.
where they'll each reveal one of the new images. But today we're also going to be joined by millions of science fans from around the world. Many are gathered at watch parties just for this event. So here we are really going international. So I'm beginning with Bhopal, India. Do we have a signal from Bhopal? Yes.
She's like,
Excellent.
this is
Welcome to
freaking
Hello,
NASA.
everybody
Doesn't
there.
anything work?
Wonderful to be talking to you today, all the way in India.
What is with this shirt? Oh, great sound. Way to go, NASA.
We'll be back to them later, yes.
They had an
Great
hour
wave
to
you.
figure
Bye.
this shit
Wonderful. And we also have a warm welcome now in Portland, Oregon. So we have the feed from Portland. A bit dark, but I see everybody there. Hello, Portland.
They're not moving.
They're in an auditorium, I see. Okay,
Oh,
next
there they
we're
are.
gonna go
Everybody's
off to Milan,
stoned in
Italy.
Portland, lady.
So afternoon in Italy. Do we have the feed from Italy?
Italy, they're out having a siesta right now. Come
I guess we have a screen
on.
from Italy.
I'm sorry, didn't mean
And
to yell.
next we're going to go to Rutland, Vermont.
Hey,
So
there's
is this
some
Vermont?
people.
Hello, Vermont. Hi,
Hey,
lady.
VT in the house.
Nice to see you. Thank you for being part of this today.
Where's the
Okay, going even
token
a little bit
black
further
guy?
afield, we have Netanya.
Where's
Israel.
the token black
Hello.
guy? There. Ned, there's no black
Hello,
people.
Israel. Yay. Really nice to see you guys.
Isn't that weird?
Okay, and just one more for now. I see people like giving me hugs.
I'm
Okay,
just pointing
we
out
also
the
have Vancouver,
obvious.
Canada. Hey, Vancouver. Hi.
Hey,
All
Vancouver.
right. Wonderful, wonderful to have all these people with you.
No black
So
people
right
there
across
either.
from the
They
campus
can't
of
even
me, there's
sell
also
out a
huge
free
watch
show.
party taking place with members of the Webb team.
Why are they wearing
so
masks?
the wonderful thing is that they actually
Oh,
are
'cause
people that have worked on the
294
mission,
people
and they
died
are
in
part of our
America
NASA funding.
yesterday
They have
from
to family.
COVID.
So hello Webb team.
Joe K.
There they are.
With a $2 Canadian Morning Rich super chat. Mucho gusto, generoso, Joe K. That is very nice of you, sir. I do appreciate that, really. And you're a continuing supporter of the show and a good friend of the show. I like to see this. This is good. I would do it right back. Mucho gusto. Very cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
And I
really,
can
that's
tell you
awfully
that we
nice
have been
of you.
so excited to
Morning
unwrap
to
them
you.
for everyone. We will be releasing
Welcome to
each
the
image
show.
in turn in real time.
What's up,
As soon
James
as you see
Jimenez?
it on this broadcast, it will be available for download on the internet. On the screen below, you can see a
know.
timeline showing where we are in the show and what's coming up next. And by the end of the show, all 5 images will be available to everyone. So hopefully you can tell I'm excited. Okay, so let's do this.
There's only 5?
Okay, we're going to release the first image right here at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center,
I
Maryland.
thought Biden
We're just
was
outside
doing
of Washington,
this.
D.C.
That was the
NASA
allure
Goddard is
for
home to
me.
the project office of the Webb telescope. And the observatory portion of the telescope, the mirrors and the science instruments, were integrated and tested here before launch. So for many of us, including myself, seeing Webb come together bit by bit right in front
What's
of
up,
our
Chief?
eyes was an emotional and very
see you.
inspiring experience. So it's kind of like a part of us was out there with Webb right now. a million miles away, part of our hopes and dreams are out there. So I'm joined now by Jane Rigby, the operations project scientist for the Webb mission. And she's a familiar face for people who've been following this before, so welcome,
What's up,
Jane.
James?
Okay, so Jane, you not only get the honor of revealing the first image, but this actually got a little bit of a sneak preview. I understand there was a very select audience who's already seen the image.
Yes, so
Samo!
last night, on behalf of the project, I had the privilege of traveling to the White House with the NASA Administrator Nelson and other senior staff to share our first image with President Biden.
Oh, he is there.
And it was really fun. Oh my gosh. They really geeked out. We had a closed door session where we got to walk through all the images and just share the excitement. And they were so thrilled, and they got the profundity of what we're seeing. And so now we're gonna let's do it.
Okay, we've got the whole world watching. Are you ready to put the first image up?
Oh, let's do it.
No, it was all recorded. Here we go. History.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So the
I already
first
saw
image
this
is
one.
a deep field.
Next.
And it's also a deep field with a cluster. So why don't we walk through this just a little bit?
They're
So if
gonna
you
go
come up and look
they're
at
gonna
this
go over
image,
every
first of all,
billion
it's really
points of
gorgeous.
light.
And it's teeming with galaxies. And that's something that has been true for every image we've gotten with Webb. We can't take blank sky
Hold on.
everywhere we look.
Look at this one down here. I want you to focus on this when they show it to us. This is, and the same thing's over here. And the same,
There's galaxies everywhere. And so, you know, this image, as we're looking at it, what we're seeing is not just all the galaxies, but there's a cluster here. And so the cluster are all these white, kind of ethereal galaxies. We're seeing them as they looked back in time. Right?
Ethereal?
The speed of light is only so fast. And so as we're seeing distant galaxies out in space, we're seeing them as they looked billions of years ago. So these cluster galaxies, the white ones, we're seeing as they looked about the time the sun and the earth formed. And then behind the cluster, we have the gravity of the cluster is distorting and warping our view of what's behind. And so there are these galaxies that look stretched and pulled, kind of like they've been magnified because they've been magnified by the gravity of the cluster, just like Einstein said they would. And you know, it's really, there's so much detail here. We're seeing these galaxies in a way that we've never been able to see before. There's just a sharpness and a clarity we've never had.
I'm sorry, but I don't see the difference yet between Hubble and this thing.
Zoom in. You can, you know, really zoom in and play around. There are galaxies here in which you're seeing individual clusters of stars forming, popping up just like popcorn. And then we also see in the background of this image, kind of littered like jewels all over the back of the image are these faint red galaxies. Now, that was what we built the telescope to do. The most distant of those are billions of years. We're seeing as they looked more than 13 billion years ago. And so galaxies like that one right there, this little red guy, you're like, okay, yep, what is that? Well, Webb got spectra to figure out what those galaxies are made of. And this is that one. We're seeing as it looked 13.1 billion years in the past, less than a billion years after the Big Bang.
Wow.
And we're seeing the elements of oxygen and hydrogen as well as neon. You know, this is how the oxygen in our bodies was made in stars, in galaxies, and we're seeing that process get started.
I want to give this a little bit of context. So this is now the farthest away galaxy that we have this sort of detailed information about.
That we know what it's made of.
We know what
like
it's
that.
made of.
Yes.
And this was not a long exposure for Webb.
No.
She's a little bit, she's acting strange. I know, she's probably excited, nervous, this is history.
Oh, the previous record holder, right, the Hubble Extreme Deep Field, was 2 weeks of continuous work with Hubble, and it was just imaging. With Webb, we took that image before breakfast.
What?
The amazing thing about Webb is the speed at which we can churn out discoveries.
Wow.
So everything that you're going to see here in this broadcast is a week, and we're going to be doing discoveries like this every week.
Wow, you just said it was 24
Jane.
hours.
So thank you so much for joining us.
She just said it was
it's been an honor
earlier
to be
in the
working with
morning.
you.
Now it's a
Congratulations
week.
on all your hard work.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to see it pay off.
So thank you, and I'll see you later on today, I hope. So
Yes.
enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Right. So from distant galaxies, we now turn our eye to something a bit closer. It's a planet, but not one in our solar system. remember that Earth and its sibling planets aren't the only show in the universe. When scientists and engineers started developing JWST, the search for exoplanets wasn't even part of the plan. That's changed. Exploring exoplanets is now a major component of the mission and the subject of our second big reveal of the day. I'm going to send it now to our friends Natalie Willette and Sarah Gallagher at the Canadian Space Agency in Montreal. So again, bonjour.
Bonjour.
I guess we're having a little.
Oh my God, they drag things out.
Okay. I'm going to call hello.
You're live.
I'm here to tell you.
Oh, obviously they're having. See, this should never happen with NASA.
Sorry for the brief pause there. We're now going over to Canada. Okay. Yep, we're all ready. Yeah.
Exoplanet is named WASP 96b, and it is this hot gaseous.
That's their volume, not mine.
That it is about 1,000 light years away. So
See?
that's why today's release is so exciting because it teases at what Webb is able to do for such a distance.
Did you hear that, girl?
Absolutely. So talk us through what this discovery is and why this is so significant.
Well, this reveal that you're going to see is going to show the first spectrum of an exoplanet as taken from the Webb telescope. And this is exciting because it covers infrared wavelengths of light that we have not had access to before. So we've been able to use other telescopes to explore exoplanet atmospheres in the infrared, but not to this level of detail.
And you can see it with your eyes, your own eyes. I know. Oh, we got to get right on this one, Diane.
Red that is actually particularly good for the spectrum. So in this case, what we're doing is we're actually going to take the light and break
Nice
it up
tats,
into a
nice
rainbow
prison
and look
tattoos.
very, very carefully at how much color is coming in each part of the spectrum.
Shut
So I
up,
believe we
Rich.
have that image. If we can put that up.
Okay, yes, I believe
It's
we're
already
revealing the
up.
spectrum right here. So we now have our spectrum, and this is exactly what you're seeing. As you just described with spectroscopy, what we did was we observed a transit of an exoplanet. We observed the planet as it passed in front of the star. Now, mind you, this is not a direct image. This is an indirect image. So we've seen the effect of what happens when the planet and its atmosphere passes in front of the star. The starlight filters through the atmosphere, and then you can break that down into wavelengths of light, and you get a bunch of what looks.
Thank you, Tommy Boyle, 71. There's no picture being shown, so I'm showing this for the 5-pounder. Show me some love, he says. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have
Continuing supporter.
several features
Okay.
marked here. So I call them features. They're these, what I just referred to as bumps and wiggles. But what you're seeing here is the telltale signature, the chemical fingerprint of water vapor in these atmospheres, in the atmosphere of this specific exoplanet. And the other thing we can tell actually is that there's evidence of clouds and hazes because the water features are not quite as large as we predicted. So we can take that and infer that there are presence of clouds and hazes.
Right.
That's
Now, one thing that we
amazing.
really want to make sure people understand is with this particular planet, this is a hot world. It's actually closer to its star than Mercury is to our sun. And so we're not looking at liquid water here, but we're looking instead at sort of steam, water vapor.
Yes, this is an exoplanet. It's about the size of Jupiter, about half the mass of Jupiter. It orbits around a sun-like star, but it does it every about 3.5 days. So it's extremely hot, extremely close in, nothing like our solar system planets. But that's okay, because what we're seeing is, again, the first exoplanet data from Webb, and this is just the beginning. We're going to start pushing down to further smaller planets and being able to take measurements just like this with the NIRS instrument that was built by the Canadian Space Agency, but also there's three other science instruments that will add to our knowledge in the infrared, as well as direct imaging modes along with the transit method. So there's a lot more to come.
And I guess one thing we should mention is not only are we going to be looking at planets that are more like the Earth in the future, but we'll also be looking at planets in our own solar system.
Absolutely, yes. We're going to have exciting data from planets in our solar system, from Mars
Wow.
outward, as well as asteroids and comets. So stay tuned for
That's
a lot more to
cool as
come.
hell.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
I didn't know they were going to do that. I heard about it, but I'm like, why would they turn them on our own planets? Our planets are too close. I was wrong. That is an incredible telescope. Tony Introvert. with the nice $5. I don't know what that is. I can't remember. But that's a super dono. No comment. No picture. No sticker. It's pure love. Thanks, Tony. Mucho gusto, generoso. Continuing supporter of GUFON. That's really cool, guys. I mean, I didn't... You know what I mean? This early?
Gaze. Webb started as an idea that took root at
How many
NASA Goddard.
pictures have we
It
seen?
grew first into planning teams, research projects.
Wait, did we just see a picture from that lady? I didn't see a photograph. Did anybody see an image?
And finally, fabrication, putting it all together. Let's take a brief look back at the visionary journey to how we all got here.
What was her
So
information?
today was the final closeout of the Persian.
She had no photo, this lady.
Pretty emotional moment to be in there.
With spectroscopy, what we did is in front of the
There's
star.
nothing there.
Some people, but it's actually full of. I just referred to.
She didn't show us anything.
Because the water.
She just talked about an image.
Able to take
So
measurements.
we're
just like
still on
three
image
other
number
science
one
instruments
after
that will
20
add.
minutes.
Stay tuned for a lot more to come.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
This is ridiculous. This is going to take 3 hours.
The James Webb Space Telescope.
I noticed that too.
Born from the desires of astronomers.
That's why I'm
achieved
laughing.
With newly invented
Are we
technology.
unbelievable or what? Hey, Dark Hour Paranormal. What's up, Michael Roser?
Is the culmination of
How you doing,
20
man?
years of work.
Here for history today, eh? How you doing, mate?
Humanity has unlimited
It's good to see you.
questions
That's
about
Michael
our
from Dark
universe.
Hour Paranormal.
Engineering a way to investigate them requires a
So they took the whole first 45 minutes of this show to tell us about the James Webb Telescope, how it was made, the trials and tribulations, the people involved. Let's thank everybody. And they're doing it again during the showing of the pictures. Why don't they just spend 15, 20 minutes, show us the photos, and end it? You don't need to make it a commercial. It's just a commercial. Now I'm frustrated. Now I'm getting really frustrated because I just realized it's not about us. It's about making money.
Because if that's the
Come
case, you would just
on.
observe longer on the telescope that you already got. And so every time NASA builds a new astrophysics mission, a new
This is
telescope,
unbelievable
it
to
needs
me.
to be way
I
more
can't stay
sensitive,
here that
you know,
long.
way more capable than anything we've ever built before.
Right?
We all got
A
together
super
in
chat?
that conference room and we played
Oh,
real
wow.
time as the images came down
Tony's.
from the spacecraft.
Oh.
The very first diffraction limited
Hey,
images ever
that
obtained
is
with
really
Webb.
awesome. Let me go
And
ahead
what-
and thank you for that, because here's a super chat from first timer SAW, Smile and Wave Urban. Smile and Wave Smile and Wave Urban. SAW. SAW. $5. Love your smile, Rich. Why? Nah, you don't want these teeth. No. Actually, you would, yeah. No, it's good. It's good teeth. It's good teeth. But anyway, thank you very much, Smile, and Wave Urban for the $5 super chat. We just round up here, you know. So, thank you. And that's your first time. They're still not showing pictures yet, so I can still talk. See? It's your first super chat. Thank you, Smile and Wave Urban, for the $5 Love My Smile super chat. So a little late there, Rich. We need to sync that up. Mucho gusto, generoso. I'm just here for the pictures. Thank you very much. Smile and Wave Urban. I'm just here for the pictures, and we're not getting them. We've seen one picture in 23 minutes. She's cute.
Well, what does that mean?
See, she's
We solicit proposals
she's
from
cute.
astronomers across the country.
She's more
and the
sexy
world
than
for what they would like to look
this
at with Webb.
this girl. More
Then
sexy
we hold
than
a rigorous
who?
selection process.
Some of the
to
models
select
I
the
talked about
ideas that
yesterday.
will best utilize Webb to study and understand our universe. When the data come down and astronomers analyze
Nothing
their
like
results,
a smart person.
we are the
Smart
lucky
girls.
ones
Girls
who
in
get to share
uniform.
that data and those amazing science results with you.
You know how that works for you? For the women? It works like that for guys, doesn't it, guys? A woman in uniform? It doesn't get much hotter than that without putting on high heels and stuff, you know what I mean? And a dress. It's a very sexy look. It's very, very sexy. And I don't think it has anything to do with domineering or anything like that. What's that? Oh, we're here for James Webb Telescope today, waiting for them to show us some pictures of interest. And we haven't gotten but one yet.
At any given time.
And I have to say, it really wasn't that
And this is because
interesting.
we want to avoid the mirror seeing direct sunlight.
But this is
to keep it cold. And it actually had to be quite a long list. We ended up with about 70 targets, from which we had to select only a handful.
Wow, that girl's cute.
You know, what would create the most beautiful images, what would highlight the instruments, the different 4 science instruments for Webb, and what would highlight the 4 major science themes.
4
for
major
Webb.
food groups.
And it's a celebration as well.
Air,
of the beginning
water,
of science observation.
space, time. No.
And we knew that selecting the images was just the beginning, that we would need a trained eye to take these exquisite data and pull out the beauty and the
Gotta
science
have one
potential.
good bowl.
So here's Jody Pasquale and Elisa Pagan to tell you about how they processed these beautiful images.
Oh, here's how they fake it. Allegedly. CGI-like. Oh, this is interesting. I won't
We're basically translating light that we can't see into light that we can see by applying color like red, green, and blue to the different filters that we have from Webb. And the reason we want to color the images is because there's actually more that you can get, more information that you can get from the image if you see it in color.
So it's a matter of picking and choosing filters and colors that enhance the details
Oh
and
my
the
God.
structure in the image itself.
Oh my God, it's
The
whatever they
shortest
want to
wavelengths of
do.
infrared light and assign those blue colors, and then move our way down to green and red as we go to longer and longer wavelengths.
Yeah,
And then we
do that here at
additively
home.
combine those together to get our full color image.
Great, you could add filters. Next.
But there is a lot of aesthetics that are involved in this.
Ah.
Painstakingly going through and cleaning these images up with an attention to detail, a level of detail like at the pixel level in every image.
So when I'm working on the astronomical data, it is this sort of marriage between art and science. When you're
Oh,
choosing
no.
colors for the filters, you really are trying to show the different details and the processes that are happening in the astronomical images. But at the end of the day, you want it to be very compelling. You want it to be very beautiful because space is beautiful.
No. What if space isn't?
And after those images were processed, there was a select few of us, very lucky few of us, who got to see the first images.
I'm not happy right now.
Exactly.
I'm not
just to
happy
make it
at
a little
all.
more handy, so it's actually higher resolution. So we have a team of about 30 people who are producing
Wait,
these images.
hold on.
And
Come
we
on.
feel
I have to
incredibly-
point this out.
And we feel incredible.
Of us who got to see the first
Hold on, you'll
images.
see.
This is downscaled by a factor of 4. Exactly. So it's just to make it a little more handy, so it's actually higher resolution. So we have a team.
Oh, I thought that was a dude wearing blue nail polish. My bad.
Depth. And when we saw the first color images, we knew that we had a winner.
They're talking about it. Show it!
And now we are ready to see Webb's first image of a star dying, a planetary nebula called the Southern Ring.
If you think about it, we're looking at something dying.
Wow, wow. This near-infrared image is, wow, the detail. Oh.
That is wild. That really is so cool.
Wow. Okay. Well, here we are. We have a near-infrared image on our left, or on maybe your right. And here on the right, we have a near-infrared image. And so I'm here with
Oh,
Carl,
wow.
our astronomer specialist. Can you tell us what we're looking at in these images?
So this is a planetary nebula. It's caused by a dying star that has expelled a large fraction of its mass over in successive waves.
Okay, so we actually see those waves in these images.
Yes.
Wow. And so there's a lot of structure. Can you tell us a little more detail about what we're looking? Maybe start with this one on the left.
Yeah. So in the NIRCam image, you see this kind of bubbly, almost foamy appearance throughout the whole nebula with some very structured shells. And this foaminess is showing up in orange mainly. And this is due to the molecular hydrogen that's newly formed in the expansion, just lighting up the gas and dust of this nebula. And then as we move inward, you see this kind of very blue haze in the inner region. And this is actually due to very hot ionized gas that emits well in the blue that's heated by the core, the leftover very hot core of this star.
Wow. And what about these like rays that I'm seeing in this image?
Right. So there's also rays in the outer regions that you can kind of see, and these are holes in the inner nebula that are actually allowing the central star's lights to come out and kind of light it up like patchy clouds with the sun shining through.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Right.
That's
I thought we saw this already.
So you're actually a mid-infrared astronomer, which is different than near-infrared.
I read your name while I said.
And so what can you tell us about the details in this mid-infrared image?
So it looks quite different in color, partly because we're seeing different kinds of physics going on here. So we're actually seeing in the blue, you see a lot of blue. The blue is actually due to hydrocarbon grains that are emitting very strongly in the blue for Miri. And they show the very similar structures to what we see in orange and NIRCam because the molecular hydrocarbon actually forms on the surface of dust grains. And so again, as we move inward, we see that the inner region is again hot ionized gas, but now it glows red because that's where it emits the strongest for Miri wavelengths.
Okay.
And then as we go into the center, we see kind of the surprise for us, which is we knew this was a binary star, but we effectively didn't really see much of the actual star that produced the nebula. But now in Miri, this star glows red because it has dust around it. So in Miri, we got to see both stars very clearly.
Yeah, you can't see it in the first image really, but there's two stars there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a fun surprise. And I think that there's another little Easter egg you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so this was, the Easter egg is this kind of narrow filament up in the top that's radially aligned. You can kind of see it very clearly in the Miri image. It shows up as this blue structure. And it points very much to the central sources. So I thought, oh, this must just be a density enhancement in the outer nebula. I thought that very, very strongly, but other people on the team were like, no, it's a background edge-on galaxy. Well, I made a bet that said, no, it's part of the nebula. By the way, I lost the bet because then we looked more carefully at both the NIRCam and Miri images, and it's very clearly an edge-on galaxy with a dust lane and a bulge.
Wow.
So I lost the bet.
Well, you lost the bet, but you got these gorgeous images, so I think it's a win for everybody.
That's amazingly huge.
Anything else you'd like to say today?
I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Neither can I. All right. Thanks so much. Back to you, Michelle.
Damn. Wow. It took 30 minutes to go through 2 pictures.
So as you know, people from all over the world are watching us today
And I'm starving.
excitement as we release for Webb's first science
I thought we'd be done by
checking
now.
in with our colleagues in Europe and Canada.
All right, we'll
throughout the
go a little
program,
longer.
But we also want to take a moment to include the people at the so many viewing parties scattered around the world.
Yeah, we're going to be here. I know, I have the volume
So let's check in
on.
with some of them now. First, we go all the way to Perth, Australia. Do we have a signal from Perth? I guess nothing from Perth right now. Maybe we have some of our other feeds. We're going to check in with them right now.
She's like, is anybody else
Do we
alive?
have Winnipeg, Canada?
Can somebody
there
help
it is.
me?
There's Australia. There's Perth. Hey, waving to Perth, Australia. Thank you so much for joining us today. And next we're going to Winnipeg,
This
Canada.
is so funny to me.
Hello, Winnipeg.
Nobody hears
Planetarium.
her.
Everybody's enjoying the show, I hope.
Anybody hear? Somebody
Hey,
hear
Dayton,
that?
Ohio.
I'm hearing voices.
Everybody's watching on the. There we go, Dayton, Ohio. Hello, everybody, Dayton.
Yeah, one
nice to have
person
you here with
waved
us.
out of the 5 people there.
There we go. Yes.
Where is
Hey,
everybody?
Hey, Dayton. Hey. They're jumping up and down.
Yeah, all right.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, all the way Bangalore, India. Bangalore.
Wow, they're giving away
Hello,
backpacks.
Hello to Bangalore, India. Hey.
Hello. Konnichiwa.
It's
Oh,
absolutely wonderful.
That's not India.
Hey.
See, that's how it is
Okay.
on. That's how you should act
So
when
I
cameras
hope you
are
enjoy
around.
the rest of the images we're releasing. Okay, of course, NASA's family extends all over the country. The team at JPL in Pasadena, California, they're on site to celebrate with us. So hello, JPL!
I mean,
Some of
this
my
is
favorite people in the
really
world. Hey,
unbelievably.
hello!
This is killing me.
And I think the last place we're going to right now is Northrop Grumman, one of our major contractors. Hello, Northrop Grumman!
Yay!
Oh, hey, all right.
Sit down. That's it. It's just images
Yay!
that are fake.
Nice to see you, Northrop Grumman.
So I want to talk about this really.
All right, now there's also
For a second.
watch party right here on the NASA Goddard campus. Many of these
It
people have
does
worked on the
sadden
mission
me
cells, and we also have top NASA leadership,
that
representatives from our government. So
all of these images are upon interpretation of the artist slash scientist slash NASA employee slash government employee. Yeah, it really does affect me. You know, when I look at those images, it shouldn't be what an artist is telling us. I know it's impossible to see that far with just, you know, like we do here at home, but that's what I want. I want to see what we're supposed to see. Like if I was to fly to that part of the universe, I want to see what it looks like with my own eyes, not somebody's interpretation, colorization, and framing it up nice and all that shit. I know they have to do that.
Cross between air traffic controllers and pilots. We have lots of different control rooms here. This is the main control room, and as you can see today, it's not in use, so we've been lucky enough to move in here for today. I have two very special experts with me, both scientists from the European Space Agency. Giovanna Giardino is a NISPEC scientist. Giovanna has been working on that for many years.
It's Giordano.
About that. And Mark McCaughrean is a special advisor
my ex-wife.
for space for science and exploration. These two guys have been working on the Webb Space Telescope for a long time.
You know
so
that,
we're very
right?
grateful to
It's
have
my
you with us.
ex-wife.
Thanks, folks.
She kept my name.
Pleasure. We are excited to reveal our image with you.
She's
but
cute.
Before we do that, we thought we'd give you a little bit of background.
For a
because
nerd.
we've come here today because these guys were the first ones to pick up the signal during the
Why are they doing
Webb
this?
launch,
Just
when
show
Webb first
us.
launched. They run a system called S-Track, which is NASA's
They already
deep
did this
space
before.
tracking system, and they were listening out when Webb called home. And the controllers here have been looking after a whole very, very impressive list of missions since
It is a lovely
1968. ESA has played a very, very important role
She has a
during
sexy
the
look
Webb
to her.
for the Webb Space Telescope. They provided the launch on board the awesome Ariane 5 launch vehicle from the Guiana Space Center. The atmosphere in the Mission Control Center was electric, I can tell you. I was there. They've also provided people. We have 15 ESA scientists working at Space Telescope in Baltimore, and also they have provided the infrared spectrograph, the near-infrared spectrograph, and also half of the MIRI instrument, which is the mid-infrared instrument. Let's take a look at those now.
Webb's four scientific instruments include NIRSPEC, the near-infrared spectrograph led by ESA. NIRSPEC splits near-infrared light from astronomical objects into its components. Like a barcode, this will help scientists understand the physics of the objects they're observing, from their temperature to atomic makeup. NIRSPEC can observe parts of an object or the sky using an image slicer and an array of microscopic shutters. Webb's integrated science instrument module, located behind the main mirror, also contains MIRI, a mid-infrared camera and spectrograph. Seen here during testing, MIRI's been developed by a partnership between Europe and the US. MIRI detects mid-infrared light from planets, stars and galaxies. It can analyse molecules to help us deduce what astronomical objects are made of and peer into clouds of gas and dust where stars and planets are born. Together, these instruments will help Webb detect and analyse light from the very dawn of time, revealing the universe as never before.
So, So let's get ready to reveal our image. And remember that one of Webb's jobs is to find out about galaxies, more about the galaxies, but also to help us to understand how they change. And this image is going to be very, very useful for that. Let's reveal it now. There it is. It's called Stephan's quintet, and it's wondrous. Giovanna, what are we looking at?
Yes, like it's a quintet, so we are looking at 5 galaxies. Galaxies are this giant structure that, as we've seen, we see everywhere around us in the universe. They contain from million to 100 billions of stars, and in fact we live in one of them, the Milky Way. And here we see 5 of them. This is a closer galaxy in the foreground, and these 4 are at a distance of about 300 million light years from us, and are locked in a close interaction, a sort of cosmic dance driven by the gravitational force. You can see here these two in a process of merging within each other. This is a very important image, an area to study, because it really shows the type of interaction that drives the evolution of galaxy. That's the mechanism of galaxies' growth.
I love this image of the cosmic dance moving through each other. Mark, there's a lot going on, though, in this image, isn't there?
There is. So this is a near-infrared image and a mid-infrared infrared image combined. And when we zoom in on the left-hand side here, we see this foreground galaxy. We see lots of individual stars in there, actually resolved as point sources, which is remarkable. Then as we pan across, we actually see the galaxies in the merging galaxies. We now see gas and dust, which is being heated up in the collision between those galaxies. And that's a place where new stars are being born today. So we're actually seeing the process of creation of new stars in this region. And then when we look in the background here, we see not only the galaxies at 300 million light years, but also stars in our own galaxy. These snowflake structures that you see here, those are nearby stars. But in the corner and around the edges, we see galaxies which are much, much more distant, much further away. So similar in some sense to the ones that we saw earlier on in that deep field. And so this image actually takes us from the nearby galaxy, our own Milky Way, through these galaxies which are evolving today all the way to the distant universe. And in a way, it captures cosmic evolution of galaxies over those 13.8 billion years.
So we have another image, don't we, that we can
exactly.
look at?
So if we strip away the near-infrared view there of the stars predominantly, now in the mid-infrared with Miri alone, we see mostly gas and dust. So we see the same galaxies again, the two merging. And then we also see something very interesting up at the top here, because this top galaxy has something new and bright in the middle of it. And Giovanna, tell us what that is.
Yeah, that's an active black hole. We cannot see the black hole itself, but we see the material swirling around, being swallowed by these sort of cosmic monsters, and this gas gets heated to extremely high temperature as it falls onto the black hole, and it becomes very bright. In fact, this is outshining the galaxy. Here we see luminosity that are 40 billion times the luminosity of our suns. It's really, really bright. And with NIRSpec, we can zoom into this area, and we have this technology that allows us to take thousands of images at different wavelength channels, to see this distribution of the gas, what's going on in the gas in different regions of this core area, and understand the composition of the gas, the velocities, the temperature. So that's very important to understand the physics.
So it's giving us so much information, and it just shows the power of this telescope. Mark, this is just the beginning, though, isn't it?
I think that's a very important takeaway from today. You know, these are like pictures just taken over a period of 5 days, and every 5 days we're getting more data, which will contribute more in that direction. It's a culmination of decades of work, but it's just the beginning of decades.
Thank you, Chris Rogers, with a £2, 2 quid, just for staying awake. Strong flexing arm of a bicep. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And you're a continuing supporter of GUFON. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I actually slept last night a little bit, and here we are. But thank you very much. Yeah, I think, what are we now? 3 out of 5. I think we got another 45 minutes to go here. I'm only going another 45. Thank you, Chris.
It cannot be said
Mucho
enough that
gusto,
the achievement of the
generoso.
James Webb Space Telescope is something bigger than any one of us. It's bigger than any organization, any country. This truly takes a planet. Webb belongs to all of us, and starting today, the discoveries start, and they're not going to stop. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, I know. You said that 19 times already. I didn't expect it would be this drawn out. You know, this is unbelievable. And I understand, you know, they want to teach people what's going on, but at the constant repetitiveness since it started of the same exact things over and over, it's frustrating. Hey, I can't believe it. I just by chance opened up my phone, and Andrew, oh no, that's another email. Oh, that's old. Okay. Here's one. Moody Mongol. A 10 pound, 10 quid. That came in. Wow, hey man. Thanks a lot. That's through PayPal from Moody Mongol in the chat. Thank you very much, man. You're a continuing supporter of GUFON. Good friend of the show. I appreciate that, man. Really. You've been around for a while. Good man. Good person. Apparently, I don't know what you like behind closed doors, but here at GUFON, you're fine with me. Everybody thinks that when you say stuff like that, right? He's a great guy. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's great.
So great, so exciting.
Did you know he kidnapped a baby? No, I didn't know that. Yeah. But he's a great guy. He's a nice guy. Not you, not you. I'm not saying you. He says, I like the way you swerve that. Yeah, I know. I had no choice. Nah, but you are. I appreciate the support every day. Thank you. Hey, Lantonio's here. Ugh, it's Dr. Day. I don't want to go. Blah. Don't go. What do you want from me? Okay, how you doing, man? Hope you're feeling all right, all right, all right. Didn't miss much. It's good to see you, though. Sorry you have to go to the doctor. I have to go to the doctor. Not very happy about that. All right, hold on. Let me, what are they talking about now?
After that, it was off to Germany, where the European Space Agency wowed us with pictures of galaxies interacting and mixing together.
Right,
See?
and this image, again, it's incredible because
Even she
it's
said
showing
it.
us one of these
This image,
fundamental processes
again.
of the universe, how galaxies merge together. And we're able to learn about these processes in a brand new way.
So the Webb team has a lot to cheer about right now. So across the campus, there's this big watch party, and we can feel the excitement all the way from over here.
No, you won't be able
Let's join
to.
that celebration now. We're back with Senior Project Scientist John Mather, along with the head of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, Thomas Zurbuchen. Hello.
That was awkward, wasn't it? See this guy here in the front row? He can't even put his phone down.
Able to learn about these processes
Watch this
in a
guy.
brand new
This
way.
makes me mad. Put
So the
your
Webb team
phone
has a lot
down.
to cheer about right now. So across the campus, there's this big watch party, and we can feel the excitement
This
all
guy
the
in
way
the
from
right-hand
over here.
corner over
So
here.
let's join
No,
that
I have to
celebration
show
now.
it.
We're back with Senior Project Scientist
He
John
claps
Mather,
the back
along
of
with
his
the head
hand
of
'cause
NASA's
he can't
Science
put his
Mission
phone
Directorate,
down.
Thomas Zurbuchen. Hello.
Watch. This guy. What are you doing? Put your phone down. Who claps like this? And what are you doing, drywall? What do you got a face diaper on for? Come on, man, live a little. Take the chance. Suck in the air.
John, we looked around the world and we're the only ones with a cheerleading crew right over there. That's amazing. Look, you've been with this mission for decades. How do you feel today?
I am so thrilled and so relieved.
Oh,
this
yeah,
was
you
so
look it.
hard.
No,
and we
I can't
it took
help
so
it, I'm
long.
pissed.
It's just impossible to convey how hard it really was. That we risked so much to say we're going to go do this, and it's
We
so
didn't
near
risk
impossible.
shit.
But we did it.
Yeah, there are thousands of ways this can go wrong.
Yes.
Many of them, we worried about and frankly feared even after launch. I have to tell
know,
you,
I heard you,
I
right?
was really, really nervous. And, it's almost like athletics for me. You
Oh,
always get to know the team when they're
that's
on
gotta
the field.
hurt.
And on the field, they were right after this
No,
launch.
they're not.
And they were perfect.
They absolutely
their
were.
jokes.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really wasn't worried, but maybe I should have been.
Yeah, that's difference between the two of us. I always worry. I always tell everybody I'm paid to worry, frankly, and that's good. What we want to do, though,
I'm
is
paid to
just really
worry,
thank the
and that's
team
good.
again. Of course, we heard Bill and Scott and Greg talking about the team that is there. I think what's also important is,
Don't you feel like you should feel less smart when you hear these people talk? Why do I feel smarter than them? And they're the ones with the degrees. Yeah, I know it's not true.
that Phil Sablehouse, who is a manager also during that time, is no longer with us, but his heart is with us today. I have to tell you, John, after each one of these milestones, I called a lot of people. I called Bernie, for example, and I called people at my job and people who are administrators, because there's many of them. And I just wonder how you feel about the team. Just give you the word here.
I am just so thrilled that we had a privilege to assemble such a brilliant team. We drew from the best of the best, and here we are. So my extreme deep thanks go to all the people who built that team, not only to Bernie, who started us and helped us build up
Bernie
all the technology,
Miro.
to Phil, who made sure we would
Way to
have
go,
a plan,
Bernie.
and then when we didn't have quite enough money, to Bill, who pulled it all together and made it get all the way to the end. I am so thrilled that we had so much talent to draw on.
You said
And
that
here we are.
already.
We have the support of the country and the world to take on this immense challenge.
You know what I'm most excited about? There's tens of thousands of scientists, and frankly, some of them just got born, or not even born,
Yeah.
who
Some
are
of them just
benefiting
got
from
born.
this amazing telescope, because it will be with us for decades.
It
Can you
will be.
imagine that?
It took us about 25 years to get here since 1995, and we have at least 25 to go, I hope.
So look, we are in a sense of awe of these images, the art that is out there in the sky, revealed for the first time. We're thinking of the team and we're thanking them. John, thanks to you, thanks to all of you, and back to Michelle.
What a nerd.
Thank you so much, Thomas. And this entire collection continues to just absolutely astound me.
Honestly, it took me a while to even figure out what to call out in this image. There's just so much going on here. It's so beautiful. One thing that really stands out to me is you sort of get this sense of depth and texture from this new data. There's a lot going on. To call out a few specifics, first of all, in general, the Carina Nebula is a nearby star-forming region within our own Milky Way galaxy, about 7,600 light years away. And in this view, we see some great examples, first of all, of hundreds of new stars that we've never seen before. We see examples of bubbles and cavities and jets that are being blown out by these newborn stars. We even see some galaxies sort of lurking in the background up here. We see examples of structures that, honestly, we don't even know what they are. Like, what's going on here? The data is just so rich.
And there's something really special about the infrared. Infrared can actually see deeper into these star-forming regions.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about infrared, is it really does reveal what's going on here in a really cosmic sense. And in general, what's happening in sort of this overall landscape is we have these gigantic, hot, young stars up here to the top of this rim, and the radiation and stellar winds from those stars is sort of pushing down and running into all of this. This is gas and dust, and of course we know that gas and dust is great raw material for newborn stars and baby planets. But there's a flip side to this story, and also a little bit of a mystery, because these same processes can serve to sort of erode away this material and stop star formation. So we have this sort of delicate balance going on of new stars being formed, but at the same time, the star formation is being halted. And for me, when I see an image like this, I can't help but think about scale. You know, every dot of light we see here is an individual star, not unlike our sun, and many of these likely also have planets. And it just reminds me that, you know, our sun and our planets, and ultimately us, were formed out of the same kind of stuff that we see here. We humans really are connected to the universe. We're made of the same stuff. in this beautiful landscape.
And actually, the Carina Nebula was one of my favorite images from Hubble. So Hubble looked at this as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The Hubble image of this is also spectacular. We saw it in a different kind of light when Hubble took an image of this particular nebula. And then you can see amazing things with Hubble, but when we zoom into this new image, we're able to see so much more detail. And of course, all of us, I grew up on Hubble, and all of us love Hubble. And I'm so excited to see what these two amazing observatories are able to do really in tandem with each other.
Thank you so much. And again, congratulations. It's been a pleasure to be working on this with you. I'm just amazed by what's been going on.
I am too. Thank you.
So as we're wrapping up, one of the things that I really have to say is the journey that we've been going on is so very dramatic for me. So we've gone all the way from the birth of stars, and we have all the way from the distant galaxies to the birth of stars. This is where we all began. This was the whole point of the James Webb Space Telescope, to figure out our origins from the very, very early days of the universe to star and planet formation very nearby. So right now, I'm very honored to have our last special guest. This is the administrator of NASA, Bill Nelson.
I'm a little bit disappointed, I have to admit. I haven't seen any startling images. Like for me, I thought we were going to see that image that I mentioned in the beginning. Maybe it was what we already saw, but I heard it was like 10 galaxies in some sort of circle with a big bright star in the middle. Reminded me of a clock. That's what I was told, but who knows, man? People lie. People make things up. People think they see stuff.
In the words of the famous Carl Sagan,
people just say things too. I don't know. I don't know if they saw it, but maybe I'm just wrong. And I know there's somebody out there who thinks I'm talking about them. I'm not. I've gotten a lot of messages from people, and this is nobody who's in ufology. Nobody you guys would know.
This is your telescope.
But
also salute the thousands of
it's just
people
really
who
odd.
dedicated part of their lives to making
These
Webb a reality.
photos are, these images are great, but I'm not, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand how incredible they are, but that's the thing. That's the problem with what's going on right now. We have these phones that can take amazing pictures. We've seen a lot of CGI, and we see a lot of movies, and I think I know I probably am too. I think we're watered down, or what do you call it? When you're so used to something, it doesn't affect you. Conditioned? Accustomed? It's just old hat. It's like, the images are cool, but I don't know. It looks like Hubble images. You know, I know there's more depth and they're seeing more, but I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Hey, we all paid for this thing, right? Wasn't this funded publicly for NASA, by NASA? These are the pictures they got, the images that they showed so far. It's over? That's it? Those were the 5? I thought there was one more. Oh my God. I am without words. So what'd you think? I'll, if anybody wants to join me, I will put a link in the chat, and you could come on over and join me if you want to talk about it. We can spend 30 minutes talking. Link to join is what I'll call it. And I'll post it. I'll pin it. I mean, there it goes if you want to talk about it. Now I'm going to leave the lines of communication open for 10 minutes and 13 minutes. So at 22, I will not be taking anybody else, just up until that point. So you got 12 minutes as of now if you want to join me here on the show and discuss what just happened. Always interested to hear what you guys have to say, of course, so feel free to join me. And I will drop this right there. There you go. Join the show with the pinned link. I don't really like the red anymore. It was a good try while it worked. Let's see. How's yellow looking? Yikes! I don't know. I like greens. Not, yeah, see. I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed. I am, a little bit. I was hoping for more. I was hoping for more. Like, I wasn't really wowed. It was beautiful. But damn it. I mean, what do you expect? I don't know. I don't know what I expect. I just expected something else, I guess. I don't know. I want to see clear. I want to see trees on another planet, maybe. I want to see things that I haven't seen before, and I feel like I was duped just now. Don't you feel like you had a little bit of duping going on? I feel like we were duped. What's up, the richest? YouTube channel, how you doing? Gary Housley, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Cloudy with a chance of UFOs, welcome. VDog55 and Larry Schulte's here. Gyro's here. What's up, every guy? Every guy? Everybody. I was thinking it's all guys. I see a few ladies here. Who's this? Mad Cats? Welcome to the show. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy. What's up, Claudia? Good morning. Good to see you. Hope everything's well. I really... Let's see. They could have at least changed the grain of sand to grain of salt or something. Yeah, something. Good point. You know, let's take a look at these images one more time. For a goof. For a goof. Yeah. No, this is not the Wise Guy Show. By the way, Wise Guy Show will be on tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. The Wise Guy Show. Here we go. So let's take a look at some of these images. Let me get me up there. And we have to go 45 minutes in, right? That was a big waste of time. That was a real big... That made me sad how much time we had to sit here before we got the first image. 45 minutes. Right? So then we get to the point where it started. She talks to that guy for 5 minutes. And then she goes to these people. And we get our first image, I believe, from this woman. She was real ecstatic. Here, let's take a listen.
First image up. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely. All right, here we go.
Okay. So
That's
the
pretty
first
cool.
image is a deep field, and it's also a deep field with a cluster. So why don't we walk through this just a little bit? So if we come up and look at this image, first of all, it's really gorgeous, and it's teeming with galaxies. And that's something that has been true for every image we've gotten with Webb. We
She's a
can't
little
take
quirky.
blank sky. Everywhere we look, there's galaxies everywhere. And so, you know, this image, as we're looking at it, what we're seeing is not just all the galaxies, but there's a cluster here. And so the cluster are all these white, kind of ethereal galaxies. We're seeing them as they looked back in time, right? The speed of light is only so fast. And so as we're seeing distant galaxies out in space, we're seeing them as they looked billions of years ago. So these cluster galaxies, the white ones, we're seeing as they looked about the time the sun and the earth formed. And then behind the cluster, we have the gravity of the cluster is distorting and warping our view of what's behind. And so there are these galaxies that look stretched and pulled, kind of like they've been magnified because they've been magnified by the gravity of the cluster, just like Einstein said they would. And, you know, it's really, there's so much detail here. We're seeing these galaxies in a way that we've never been able to see before. There's just a sharpness and a clarity
I'll be honest with you. I can't tell the difference. Let me see if there's a tweet for me or an email with comparable images. Hold on, let's see. No. No. Did anybody remember seeing that Biden was going to be, I don't know, it's over with. Yeah, I still don't see that email, that message on Twitter for me, for the person who was going to send that. You know, comparing Hubble to James Webb. I've seen it online. I just haven't put it up on the show. But there's the first image. It's beautiful. She's explaining it very well, why it looks the way it is and what's special about it. But, you know, everything's pretty much the same. Like, this is the same as this one over here, right? And this one over here, and this one over here, and this one, and so on. I get it. This spiral galaxy, I think I saw that somewhere else on this photo, right over here, I believe. Here's another one. Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it. And I know there are going to be similar spiral galaxies, really, but they're, you know, these look all exact, like they just copied and pasted. See this image here? It's this image over here too. How could that be? And this over here looks like it. I don't know. I'm a little bit, this one's beautiful, whatever, this prism effect. I don't know what to think anymore.
We've never had. And so we can look at, if we zoom in on this image, and I encourage you as you grab this image at home, like zoom in. You can, you know, really zoom in and play around. There are galaxies here in which you're seeing individual clusters of stars forming, popping up just like popcorn. And then we also see in the background of this image, kind of littered like jewels all over the back of the image are these faint red galaxies. Now, that was what we built the telescope to do. The most distant of those are billions of years. We're seeing as they looked more than 13 billion years ago. And so galaxies like that one right there, this little red guy, you're like, okay, yep, what is that? Well, Webb got spectra to figure out what those galaxies are made of, and this is that one. We're seeing as it looked 13.1 billion years in the past, less than 1 billion years after the Big Bang. And we're seeing the elements of oxygen and hydrogen as well as neon. You know, this is how the oxygen in our bodies was made, in stars, in galaxies, and we're seeing that process get started.
I want to give this a little bit of context. So this is now the farthest away galaxy that we have this sort of detailed information about.
That we know what it's made of.
We know what it's made of.
Yes.
And this was not a long exposure for Webb.
No, the previous record holder, right, the Hubble Extreme Deep Field, was
it
2
took
weeks.
2 weeks of constantly looking. This took since this morning, but she contradicts herself. Watch.
Of continuous work with
2
Hubble,
weeks.
and it was just imaging. With Webb, we took that image before breakfast. The amazing thing about Webb is the speed at which we can churn out discoveries. So everything that you're going to see here in this broadcast is a week, and we're going to be doing discoveries like this every week.
So everything that they captured was a week's worth of work. Got it. That's probably what she meant, right? Because it's just weird the way she worded it right after it doesn't matter really. All right, let's go to the second pick. Oh, right. The second one, she never shows us. There's no pic. She just describes the Jupiter-like planet that's closer to its sun than our Mercury is to our sun. And here's the next pic, next image.
And it's like images. When we saw the first data come down of real targets, people were speechless and there were emotions because we could see how amazing this observatory will be. The detail, the sharpness, the depth. And when we saw the first color images, we knew that we had a winner.
Oh! There it is. Somebody say something.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Jesus.
here we are. We have a near-infrared image on our
Foaminess is showing up in orange mainly. And this
That's
is
a good
this is
picture,
due to
but
the molecular...
haven't we seen this before on Hubs? Yeah, Hubble takes 2 weeks to get the images. James Webb approximately 12 hours. Let's see if this link brings up what we're looking for. Oh, okay. I see. I got it. Oh, here we go. All right, this is pretty cool. So I'll come back to this if I need to. But there's a video here, thanks to Hellfire sending me a link. Hellfire Studios. We're going to take a look at something interesting. These are, Jason Short says, I had to make a before and after to really appreciate how good the James Webb telescope really is. See, that's how I felt. Let's see. Let's see, I don't know. Wait, what? That's before and after? Oh, God, why do I even... Why? Why do I do this to myself? Seriously, why do I do this? Why do I hurt myself like this? No thanks. I don't want to buy this. Oh, check this out. Look at what this one is, before and after. Watch. Before, after. That's impressive. Holy crap. That's the difference? It's huge. Wow. Amazing. Thank you for that. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's good stuff, man. I know the telescope's going to be phenomenal. I know it is. I'm just expecting to see more. The gold-coated portion, it cost $10 billion. It's $10 billion for James Webb. $10 billion. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the James Webb. I really do. I was just expecting this show to be a lot better than what it was. That's all. But it's good, I guess. They're just starting. Yeah, this picture's pretty good. That's cool. How you can see both of them in the middle now. Before you couldn't. Right? It was just like this, but with a little bit of a tweak here, a tweak there. This is the one I was probably getting a description of, where you have the galaxies around a center of a bright object or something, or there's a bright object in it. This is wild. Let's hear.
And here we see 5 of them. This is a closer galaxy in the foreground. And these 4 are at a distance of about 300 million light years from us, and are locked in a close interaction, a sort of cosmic dance driven by the gravitational force. You can see here these 2 in a process of merging within each other. This is a very important image, an area to study, because it really shows the type of interaction that drives the evolution of galaxy. That's the mechanism of galaxy.
$10 billion for airbrushed pics. Amazing. That's how I feel. I know, but I don't know, man. We just have, like when Hubble went up, that was the first time we were able to see something that clear, right? That was amazing. That, to me, was mind-blowing. What we're seeing now is like an enhancement of those mind-blowing images that Hubble caught. So this is a major improvement, but, however, yet, unimpressive to us because it's nothing new. It's just clearer. You can see some things in a different spectrum. I get it. Like knowing what the clouds are, knowing if there's water on the planet. A lot of things that they could actually say, yeah, there's definitely water. Not, well, we're not sure, but it shows signs there could be water, ice, methane. But it's an interesting material. A little Greer for you. You ever notice Greer says material? He says it material. That's pretentious. That's pretentious. Is that right? Pretentious? Yeah. All right, let's go to one more photo. That was a beautiful one, you have to admit. But still, All right, oh yeah, we were going to hear what they said.
If we strip away the near-infrared view there of the stars predominantly, now in the mid-infrared with MIRI alone, we see mostly gas and dust. So we see the same galaxies again, the two merging. And then we also see something very interesting up at the top here, because this top galaxy has something new and bright in the middle of it. And Giovanna, tell us what that is.
Yeah, that's an active black hole. We cannot see the black hole itself, but we see the material swirling around, being swallowed by these sort of cosmic monsters, and this gas gets heated.
Says who? Says who? Says her. Yeah.
To extremely high temperature as it falls onto the black hole, and it becomes very bright. In fact, this is outshine, is the galaxy. Here we see luminosity that are 40 billion times the luminosity of our suns. Is really, really bright. And with NIRSpec, we can zoom into this area, and we have this technology that allows us to take thousands of images at different wavelength channels, so see this distribution of the gas, what's going on in the gas in different regions of this core area, and understand the composition of the gas, the velocities, the temperature. So that's very important to understand the physics.
So it's giving us so much information, and it just shows the power of this telescope. Mark, this is just the beginning, though, isn't it?
I think that's a very important takeaway from today. These are like pictures just taken over a period of 5 days, and every 5 days we're getting more data, which will control.
Going on here, it's so beautiful. One thing that really stands out to me is you sort of get this sense of depth and texture from this new data. There's a lot going on. To call out a few specifics, first of all, in general, the Carina Nebula is a nearby star-forming region within our own Milky Way galaxy, about 7,600 light years away. And in this view, we see some great examples, first of all, of hundreds of new stars that we've never seen before. We see examples of bubbles and cavities and jets that are being blown out by these newborn stars. We even see some galaxies sort of lurking in the background up here. We see examples of structures that, honestly, we don't even know what they are. Like, what's going on here? The data is just so rich.
And there's something really special about the infrared. Infrared can actually see deeper into these star-forming regions.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about infrared, is it really does reveal what's going on here in a really cosmic sense. And
interesting. Anyway, those are the images today from the James Webb Telescope. And what's this? What's this? A news ticker. Sad news. Linda, wait, what does this say? What happened to LNK? What does that mean? GUFON ticker news, sad news, as Linda Moulton Howdy Doody, fresh and fruity, was seen talking to herself at a bus stop. Linda Moulton Howe taking public transit? Apparently she is talking to someone or something, as people overheard her saying, Richie, Dick, Richard, I love you. Wow, this is sad. Some witnesses say they saw her shaking hands with no one, like Biden did. What if they're controlled? What happened to LNK? Who's LNK? Is that supposed to be LMH? More on this as it comes in. Sad. Oh, that is sad. There it goes. Very sad. I heard that. What's going on? Okay. I'm going to check out a message to check Twitter. I hope you guys understand. I don't have the old Twitter anymore, so I will post a link in there for you. So you have GUFON. The link's in the description, but I'll give it to you here. Here's the link to Twitter. It's the new one. So there you go. I know, doesn't it? It doesn't tell you that the DM you sent to GUFON no longer exists. They don't do that on Twitter. Yeah, they just let you. It just goes through and it doesn't bounce back. It's like, that'll go in the memory bin. Check this out. Check this out. This comes. Hold on, let me make sure. 2 days ago, my heart. How can you hear this and not want to jump forward into the unknown? I hope they can pull this off for all of our sakes. And this is, it says exclusive from that UFO podcast, a section of the video Lou Elizondo sent to Brazilian hearings that was not shown. This part I love. Full video available soon. I don't know. Let's take a listen. I haven't watched it. Really, I haven't listened to this.
Before I close, I'd like to share a little personal thought, if I may, with you. You are in a very rare opportunity right now as leaders for Brazil. Times and opportunities like this do not happen very often. In fact, in a one person's lifetime, they may not happen at all. But as a species, these paradigm moments for us occur, and in fact are a natural part of our species evolution. One may infer the very first time that man came out of the cave and looked into the heavens and realized that the shadows that were being portrayed on the side of the cave wall were no longer real. That wasn't mankind's reality. And crawling out of the cave for the first time and witnessing the heavens, maybe that.
First of all, Lou is, it looks like he's gotten a little sun. He doesn't look like he's sleeping, though. What is he saying? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, if it ever happens in your life. What does he mean? A congressional hearing in Brazil? Or congressional hearings, period, about UAP, UFO, on unknown objects? I think this language is weird. The verbiage. We'll talk about this later tonight.
For the very first time that man came out of the cave and looked into the heavens and realized that the shadows that were being portrayed on the side of the cave wall were no longer real. That wasn't mankind's reality. And crawling out of the cave for the first time and witnessing the heavens, maybe that was the first fundamental paradigm change for our species.
Wait, that's how it happened? That's how it happened? We came out of the caves, looked up, and said, holy shit. Hey, Martha, stop shaving your armpits. Check this out. There's a whole world out here. Yeah. Hey, Muffy, come here. Stop shaving your armpits. Come here, take a look. It's a whole world. I know. Get her. Ladies, come on. Barry, come on. Stop shaving your ass. Get over here. Is that what happened, Lou? We were stuck in the caves and then we came outside? We gotta look for more people. Maybe there's aliens out there. Is that what happened? Is that what Lou's talking about? This is comparable to that. Yeah. Gaslight, whatever the frig you want to call it.
Time and witnessing the heavens. Maybe that was the first fundamental paradigm.
Yeah, that was the first paradigm shift that humankind ever had. When we came out of the caves and looked up and said, "Oh, Jesus Christ, this place is huge." That was the first paradigm shift. And we all came out of the caves at the same time. We went to other caves and went, "Is anybody in there?" "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing out of your cave?" "Me too. I just came out." I said, "I don't know." "Hey, what are you doing in your cave? Get in your cave." They all came out at the same time.
Change for our species. Perhaps the second time was when mankind struck two stones together and created a spark. And that's
No, that's not how it happened. Lightning struck a tree. Doesn't anybody watch TV?
Spark then led to fire, and that fire illuminated the darkness for which man was scared at one time. And now man could now roam freely in the night.
Don't you think it's weird that we're supposedly indigenous to this planet, yet we can't see at night too well? Doesn't make sense. We're not from here. Sorry, Lou. We're from down there. We come from inner Earth. I think so. And I don't think it's panspermia. No. I think it's something else. Yep. I think it's something else. Let's hear the rest of what Lou has to say.
Illuminating the darkness. And perhaps the last time mankind came to some sort of paradigm moment like this for our species was when
he's calling this UFO Congress thing an event, like a paradigm shift for the world. That's how important this is. Are you out of your Vulcan mind?
And two people were standing on a sandy beach, and one person looks to the other and says, "I'm going to sail over that horizon." And of course, the other person said, "No, you don't want to do that because you'll fall off the earth." And in fact, there are sea monsters out there. There's giant kraken, and they will destroy your ship. And of course, now we look back and we kind of laugh at that. But in reality, it turns out there are sea monsters. It's just that those sea monsters now have names. They're called great white sharks. They're called blue whales. They're called great squid of the Pacific. And they're not really sea monsters, are they? They're part of our natural world. They're part of nature. They're part of our current paradigm.
Oh my God, did you see that fake ass dickhead smile? Did you see it? Sorry, I don't like this guy. He's bullshit. Look at that. Screenshot.
Current paradigm.
Look, did you see how fake it was though? It just comes and goes so fast, he doesn't even realize it. He's on autopilot, auto-ass pilot.
Called blue whales. They're called great squid of the Pacific. And they're not really sea monsters, are they?
Here it comes.
They're part of our natural world. They're part of nature. They're part of our current paradigm.
Ugh.
And so perhaps with this topic,
they're part of nature. They are part of our current paradigm. As I was saying, come on, Lou. You're better than that. You're a better actor than that. David Gosling with a £2, £2. Lou emptied my bins this morning. Not bin day. I don't understand that. The message. David, I'm sorry. But I like the $2. I'll take the $2 for the support and love. Lou emptied my bins this morning. Oh, I see. Got it. Yeah. He's a low-level employee. Got it. Yeah. Very good. Mucho gusto. Goodioso. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for, we'll talk about Lou later tonight. Thank you very much. GUFON checking out. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, the Wise Guy Show returns. It's going to be a good one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to have some controversy tomorrow. It's not going to be good. Garbage man. Yep. Yeah. And you know what? Those jobs pay rather well. I wouldn't mind being a garbage guy, but eventually you wound up smelling like garbage. You do. Yeah. Just like with any profession in food. You do. You go home with the smell. Thank you, moderators, super chatters. Appreciate this and hanging out. Too bad we a message in the chat room. I think Science Live about an anonymous type object this telescope saw in the Kuiper belt. Alien girl knows it's rotating, the way that can create artificial gravity. By the way, did you know that creating artificial gravity doesn't work that well? Thank you very much. I appreciate this, and we'll see you later on today on GUFON at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll have a show. Why not? And we are, what? Truthology for ufology. The longest outro of any show in the business. GUFON. Have a nice day. I'll see you later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern.
GUFON.